Welcome to English class. The Middle English period, mentioning the notable authors of the Middle Ages, and the Pardoner's Tale. You learn from your previous lesson that Anglo-Saxon people successfully claimed England as their Angloland and were able to establish a language called Anglo-Saxon or Old English. By watching this video, you will learn how the language shifted from Old English to Middle English, starting with the Battle of Hastings. England were ruled by lots of conquerors, and one of them is King Harold II. But then there came another conqueror, led by William the Conqueror of Normandy, or the French people. It is a fact that in a war of two groups, there must always be a winner, and in this battle, that is William the Conqueror of Normandy. And since there is a new ruler in the land, language has also evolved in the said area. The following are the language effects of the Norman or French control over England. We have the French language. Also, the Anglo-Saxon language had remained. The French language was totally used by the upper class in the society in this era, while the Anglo-Saxon remained the language of the common people in England, or the lower class. Therefore, the combination of French and Anglo-Saxon languages had formed the Middle English. But sadly, during this period, some inevitable events happen in this land, and those are war and plague, the Crusades, and the bubonic plague. This time is the time of Great Crusades. Crusades are military campaigns conducted during the Middle Ages against the Muslims. While the bubonic plague killed 1/3 of England's population. And who could have thought that simple rats could kill massive numbers of powerful people? Going back to the success of William the Conqueror, it will never be made possible without the great loyalty of his thousands of knights. Knighthood and chivalry were popular concepts during the medieval times. As you continue, you will be able to know how it is to be a knight and the values a knight should possess. During this period, not only men take all the privileges, because there came the existence of Virgin Mary. And so, men had started to worship the existence of the women in the society. Specifically, the knight worshipped women because Mary was a woman. The knight was bound to womanhood by oaths of homage and fealty. He must not be faithless. He must act according to a set formula. He must win his lady love by his faithfulness, patience, manliness, and warlike skills. Now, you may imagine yourself as a knight. And as a knight, you must follow these 10 rules of chivalry. Number 1 is humility. Never announce that you are a knight. Simply behave as one. You are better than no one, and no one is better than you. In connection to your position now, it will always be better to keep yourself humble, even if you already possess lots of things in this world. Second is gratitude. The only intelligent response to the ongoing gift of life is gratitude. For all that has been, a knight says, "Thank you." For all that is to come, a knight says, "Yes." The third one is courage. Anything that gives light must endure burning. Next is justice. There is only one thing for which a knight has no patience. That is injustice. Every true knight fights for human dignity at all times. The fifth one is generosity. You were born owning nothing, and with nothing, you will pass out of this life. Be frugal, and you can be generous. The sixth one is discipline. In the field of battle, as in all things, you will perform as you practice. With practice, you build the road to accomplish your goals. Excellence lives in attention to detail. Give your all the time. Don't save anything for the walk home. The better a knight prepares, the less willing he will be to surrender. Seventh is faith. Sometimes to understand more, you need to know less. Eighth is equality. Every knight holds human equality as unwavering truth. A knight is never present when men or women are being degraded or compromised in any way, because if a knight were present, those committing the hurtful acts or words would be made to stop. Ninth is love. Love is the end goal. It is the music of our lives. There is no obstacle that enough love cannot move. Do you believe in love? Well, I hope so. But then we also have death. You know, life is a long series of farewells. Only the circumstances should surprise us. A knight concerns himself with gratitude for the life he has been given. He does not fear death. For the work one night begins, others may finish. Moving on, in the Middle English period, the term ballad had arisen. What is ballad? It is a poem that tells a story. The term popular ballads refer to those that originated from the common people rather than from a king's court. These ballads were entertainment but were not written down. Instead, they were sung over and over by minstrels and troubadours in local celebrations and events. If you wanted to see an example of a ballad, you may browse your ECAS book on page 21 and 22, and there you will find a sample of a ballad entitled as Lord Rundle. Last time we discussed Beowulf, an epic poem. Beowulf has no author. Its author is unknown, to be exact. But then, in this ages, the Middle Ages, some notable authors had known by name. The first one is Sir Thomas Malory. Sir Thomas Malory grew up in the finest ideals of chivalry. He lived and died a knight in the service of the Earl of Warwick. He was also known as the father of courtesy. We also have Sir Geoffrey Chaucer. Sir Geoffrey Chaucer was one of the greatest writers in the Middle Ages. His masterpiece was the Canterbury Tales, a collection of brief narratives written in poetry and cleverly arranged in a framework. One collection under Canterbury Tales is The Pardoner's Tale. So basically, this tale was written by Sir Geoffrey Chaucer himself. I will be sending you a video clip of the summary of this tale. Also, if you wanted to read the summary of the Pardoner's Tale, you may browse your Eka's book. You will find it at page 38 to 41. After viewing or reading the summary of the tale, you will notice that it talks about avariciousness. What is avaricious? When we say avaricious, this is an adjective, meaning having or showing an extreme greed for wealth or material gain. In Tagalog, gahaman sa kayamanan. In another sources, it also means showing an extremely strong wish to get or keep money or possessions. Do you know someone who shows avaricious manner? Well, I hope not, because that is a bad manner, right? An example in a sentence. Who won't be jealous of the king's position? He can actually get what his avaricious heart desires at any cost, at any time. Do you wish to be a king right now? The Pardoner's Tale is simply summarized by this verse. Oops, don't forget the trivia of the day.